Today, we wrap up January's docket of podcasts, talking all things about the Lebanon Warriors with AD Keith Pantling. How we doing, Coach?
Awesome. Late January, almost February, and that means postseason time for winter sports. And it means a lot of our spring coaches are stopping in, trying to iron things out, get things ready, and order equipment and all those fun things for spring sports. Before you know it, we'll be inside and outside, and the spring's a real sprint. So it's crazy how we're already almost to February, but here we are.
Yeah, those oh, by the way moments, I forgot to order that. Can you help me? Yes.
Yeah,
you know how that is. Let's talk. Let's go into the hardwood. Let's talk boys basketball. Boy, having a nice season. A great week last week with two big ECC wins, and this week, let's see, traveling to tough Milford and hosting Little Miami on Friday. So as the season winds down, getting ready for the coaches' pick time, they're trending in the right direction.
Yeah, since the new year, 7-2 record this calendar year. Thought they've really answered, kind of galvanized, come together, playing some good complementary basketball, sharing the rock, so to speak, not caring who gets credit. It's crazy how that, can kind of create some success amongst a team. So really proud of them. It's really tough conference this year. Really, anyone could beat anybody. I think the coolest thing is that there's some natural, inspiration this late in the year, starting with Friday against Loveland. We're trying to avenge losses from earlier in the year. So
right,
we knocked them off on Friday, and here we are. Milford got us earlier in the year. Little Miami coming up Friday got us earlier in the year, and that'll be senior night for the boys. And then finish it off with Turpin, who we actually did beat in a 3-point win at their place. So they're going to try to come back and knock us off here. So should be four good basketball games, or 3 good basketball games here to end the season, but end the regular season. But really proud of the way they're playing, and you got to bring it every night in our league. So really, really awesome that they're on a 5-game winning streak and how well they've played in January.
Boys basketball in the ECC, this is about the parity, the most parity I've seen in the last several years. Would you agree? It's just each night you just don't know. There's
so my first year 4 years ago, we had a 3-way tie. Lebanon was in that group amongst the top, and it was much of the same. Winton Woods a little bit ahead of the pack. I think they're 2.5 games. Little Miami beat them on Friday. But yeah, it's like anyone can beat anyone on any given night. And we always joke in the AD meetings, like, we're just following scores on Tuesdays and Fridays, because you don't know who's going to beat who. There's no cakewalks this year. So a lot of talent, a lot of good team basketball that requires attention to detail. Really, got to be shooting the ball well, and a lot of game planning goes into it. So got to be honed in to get wins here in this conference for sure.
Yeah, it's great. Good stuff. Let's go to the girls' side. Boy, what a season they're having. 15-5. They wrap up the regular season. Let's see, Monday tonight, travel to Milford, and then host Little Miami on Thursday to wrap their regular season up, because I know the draw is soon, and they'll have all the sectional games out shortly.
Yep, they're coming up Sunday on their draw. So just like that, 20 games in, just 2 left in the regular season. Like you mentioned, great year. We're on a 9-game winning streak, averaging close to 60 points a game. And then that injury to Jordan Muller, who's an all-conference player. Credit to her. The difference without her there goes to show, her aggressiveness and style of play was really big for Lebanon. So trying to figure out ways to answer that. Grinded out a couple wins there, dropped a tough one at Walnut. So kind of now figuring out our style of play and our identity without Jordan in the lineup. And I think Riley Morse has really answered the call, someone who wasn't playing a ton of minutes coming in and answering the call. Jordan always guarded the best player on the other team. So she's done a great job defensively in the last few games. Her sister, Maddie, who's a senior, has picked things up. Everyone in that starting lineup, Alexa Nysonger, Braylon Maddox, Ellie Horst, trying to come together, not do too much, and coach is doing a great job of trying to figure out our new style of play with that kind of hole in the lineup. So a little bit of a different team here, kind of playing out grinded out games. Saw a 2-3 zone the other day against Loveland that was a little change of pace. So it's almost like a new season and trying to figure out who we are, how we play our best basketball with who we have going into the postseason. So proud of them for what they're doing and people stepping up. Avery Spalding, Sophia Flora, all just got to figure it out and come together. So it's been interesting to watch them, and they're staying positive as we get to the postseason here.
Yeah, best of luck to them to finish the season out this week, and then best of luck with the seeding meeting, and I hope that they get slotted where they hope is a great run for them. So best of luck. Let's switch to Coach Ron's bowlers and another great season for the Lebanon bowling program. Let's get the fans up to speed with how that's going, Coach.
Well, almost annually, you look at this time of the year as we enter February, and they're atop the standings on the boys' side. On the girls' side, just one game back here in second place, I believe, behind West Claremont. Both have a few regular season matches left over the next week. Kings, Turpin, I believe Winton Woods, and then all of a sudden we're into the ECC postseason event, which factors into those end of the year standings for the ECC. So both in contention for ECC titles. That comes up on Friday, the 16th of February, and then the next week right into sectionals and things. So again, this late in the season to be playing meaningful matches is awesome for our kids, and they have big ones coming up that they're ready for each and every day. Try to wrap up the regular season tough and then go into that ECC event, which will be really, really competitive and very, very meaningful in terms of the final standings for the ECC. So fun time for bowling, and like you said, not surprised that they are where they are this late in the year with that program and the leadership.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Best of luck to them. Let's switch over to Quiz Team. They got a few weeks left in the regular season. The ECC tournament's at the end of February. Let's see. This week they travel to Walnut Hills on Wednesday, 4:00. And then three more matches after that. But so the Quiz Team season's winding down a little bit.
Yep, 3 more. Hopefully we can get one on our side there before the end, and then it's an awesome event. We actually team up. We go to Talawanda, I believe, for the ECC and SWAC, do a combined academic quiz team competition, and so that'll be a really enjoyable one for our kids to attend at the end of the year.
Yeah, best of luck to them. Let's dive into the pool and talk swimming. I know it's tapering time. It's let's see, I think ECCs are this weekend, so it's like a 4-week run to get to Canton, and it's time.
Yeah, so this past weekend, we had the ECCs on Saturday at Mason. We had our Hall of Fame function, so I didn't get out there, but was getting updates, and they did a phenomenal job. The girls finished 4th overall.
Nice.
The boys, who were down numbers a little bit, finished 8th overall in the ECC, but some awesome times and podium finishes for a lot of our swimmers. I'm not going to read them all off because I'll forget somebody, but I do know Elizabeth Ketchum's name was up there a whole lot. And a few others that just had phenomenal days. So here, let me see here if I can. I know Andrea Carlson finished 3rd in the 100 breaststroke and was part of a couple relay teams. We had Tanya Hensley, also a part of a few relay teams. Keelan Maines was finished 2nd in the girls 500 free and also a part of a few relay teams. So just to name a few and recognize those girls for their hard work and sure. Their success. Yeah, it was a good weekend. And as you mentioned, they'll have a JV event this coming weekend, and not a full-fledged varsity event. As you mentioned, that tapering as you get to the postseason when you want to be swimming at your best. So it's that time of year.
Yeah, no question. Best of luck to them. Let's go to the mat and talk wrestling. It's getting to be almost tournament time. I think ECC's mid-Feb. So a few duels left. Let's see. We have a duel at Wilmington College on Thursday, and then a tri-meet at Centerville on Saturday, and then maybe one more duel, and then it's tournament time.
Yeah, with talking to Coach, like every year, they're just playing a really tough schedule, really tough opponents, trying to see as many wrestlers as they can in all the weight classes to kind of prep them for that postseason run, and that's part of the reason we're successful every year when it comes to ECCs and into sectionals and getting kids to districts and right on through to state. So a few names that have come up in terms of just talking with Coach that I wanted to recognize. Tanner Smith got his 100th win. The boys finished 5-0 at Upper Arlington against some tough competition over the weekend. And sophomore Nick Lauder, the coaches are really proud of his attitude, his effort. He's gifted from a natural physical stature standpoint, and he matches it with his commitment level and his ability to work hard. So he's a sophomore, I believe, wrestling at 175 now, and the other one's Natalie Carlisle on the girls' side. The girls finished second at a really prestigious tournament at West Union over the weekend. So a lot of good things going on in the program. And again, a lot of these kids have a real shot to get out. That's how they phrase it in wrestling, is get out of sectionals and on to districts. So yeah, busy month. They'll be working hard, and you walk by that room, there's a lot of hard work going on in there on a daily basis, especially this time of year.
Yeah, it sounds great. Best of luck to them. Talking sports, let's wrap it up with cheer and dance. I know they have the ECCs coming up, and I know you wanted to talk about that and promote that event.
Yeah, cheer went down to a really competitive competition over the weekend at Ryle. Ended up finishing second in their game day routine, their performance routine. I believe they just competed from an exhibition standpoint. We'll go to the ECCs this coming weekend. Dance, it was our first year last year, so they're looking forward to getting back in now that they spin through it one time, see where they can finish. Our cheerleading team, because we're a building program and we're heading to nationals the following week in Disney, are only competing in the ECCs from an exhibition standpoint. But really impressive. I think will impress a lot of people there, but won't be part of the actual competition in the standings there this coming weekend. But again, awesome for them to go there and represent us at the ECC competition, even in an exhibition format. So like I mentioned, then they go to Disney and compete in I think there's like 56 teams or something in their division down in Disney. But a great trip, great experience for our kids, and our coaches do a great job. So we got a lot going on right now, Rob, and so it's exciting for everybody, and can't wait to see them though this weekend in terms of cheer and dance.
Yeah, best of luck to them. That's great, because it's exciting, it's important, and best of luck to them. I know one of the things that we wanted to wrap up this week's show is to talk about the Hall of Fame that you had last week. How did it go?
Well, it was awesome. Friday night, we had a tremendous crowd at the boys basketball game, and we had the opportunity after a little social down in our media center where everyone kind of meets and mingles to recognize those 6 inductees at the basketball game. And then Saturday morning, we kind of do the formal induction brunch, and it was a really nice ceremony. Each inductee is kind of introduced by somebody who kind of shares some heartfelt stories and things about the athlete. It's typically a parent or a coach or someone close to the person, and it's really inspiring and really kind of a heartfelt event that man, is really, really awesome to be a part of. So Brad Maupin, class of 1984, Jason Gray, class of 1992, Jennifer Williams Burns, class of 1997, Jordan Hicks from the class of 2000, Sydney Huth Gaston from the class of 2011, and Coach Tom Russell, who's been doing it for a long time here and continues to be part of our girls golf program. All were inducted, and appreciate you letting me bring that up. It was an awesome event, and really wanted to congratulate them.
Yeah, and it's so nice that they had a big crowd and got to feel that love and the recognition and outstanding stuff. All right, Keith. Well, thanks for all the inputs on the student athletes and the teams, and best of luck to them this week. And we will touch base next Monday as regular seasons are winding down and when everybody's getting ready for tournament time.
Absolutely. Busy time. Appreciate all you do. We'll catch up next week.
Sounds good, Keith. Have a great week.
All right. Take care.